Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Crandall Duncan Sr. So grateful and thankful for this time and this opportunity that God has afforded us to gather together in this virtual space and place to lead you to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. This is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural, normal, and necessary response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how you reveal it on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. And that's why we shout good morning, because morning is indeed a good thing. And I'm glad that you're here with us on today. So we lead you in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief devotion. Today, my brothers and sisters, is day 112, where the prayers dwell. We're going to talk about secondary losses. Secondary losses. No doubt, I think we've talked about this before, but I really want y'all to get an understanding even further of what secondary losses mean and how to handle them when it comes to grief. The Bible says in Psalms 34:18, one of my favorite grief passages, that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted, saves those who are crushed in spirit. Understand this, y'all. Grief doesn't just take one thing. It often takes many things. Grief doesn't just take one thing. Grief takes many things. Yes, you lost a loved one. Yes, you lost a job. Yes, you lost the change, the transition. That's the main thing we focus on, who we lost, right? But yeah, there are so many different secondary losses that oftentimes we don't consider, that comes along with who we lose when it comes to grief. Watch this. Alongside the loss of your loved one, there's a ripple effect. The loss of routines. The loss of routines. You got your routine. Y'all get up and have coffee together every single morning. It's the loss of routine. The loss of my child. Had to go pick them up from school every single day. I don't have that routine. The routine of Sunday morning meals, or Sunday morning brunch after church, or going to church together, or the routine of holidays, the routine of whatever that routine is, your shopping buddy, your movie buddy, whatever the routine is, coming home. We had a routine. And now that you're gone, I call you every single day at this particular time. Now that you're gone, that routine, I have the loss of routine, right? Friendships that fade, secondary losses. That oftentimes, even when it comes to grief, when it comes to loss, change, and transition, there are friendships that fade. When I look at this, is the context of losing, losing, a loved one. Sometimes there were people that I was connected to, that was attached to them, that those friendships faded. Going through loss, change, transition, even as a pastor, and leaving churches, right? There were connections and friendships that I had at these places, that when I went through the change or the transition of leaving, and it wasn't it wasn't on good term, those friendships, those connections, oh my God, they faded, right? Which really, man, really hurts my heart in so many different instances, because you go through this. This is one of those secondary losses that's attached to grief. Financial changes, missed milestones, unfulfilled dreams. These are some of the secondary losses that come with it. You lose somebody, a spouse, or somebody in the house, and you lose them, and depending on insurance, this, that, and the other, they might not have it. Yeah, there's the financial deficit. We ain't got these two incomes no more, right? I don't have somebody that's covering me, or somebody that's picking up the slack. I don't have, because I was doing this and they was doing that. Now that they gone, now I got to do everything. The financial changes, right? These are secondary losses that come along with grief. Missed milestones, unfulfilled dreams, things that you wanted to do. I was talking to one lady, her husband died. They had they wanted to visit every city in the or every state in the United States of America. And out of the 50 states, I think they had 5 to go, 5, 7 to go, something like that. Unfulfilled dreams. I said, you still gonna make the solo trips? You gonna do them? I'm thinking about it, right? Start doing. We don't went to 45 and didn't get those last five. Unfulfilled dreams. These are secondary losses. These secondary losses may not always be seen or acknowledged, but they are deeply felt, right? We focus so much on the person that they lost or the position that we don't think about the secondary loss. They're not seen, but they are deeply felt by the individual, right? The other people may not see them, other people don't consider them, but you as the individual, you gonna feel a 50, 60, $70,000 loss impacted that household. You gonna feel the loss of a friendship, right? You gonna feel that loss of a routine, and they don't know why you crying and you riding past the Wendy's. They don't understand that y'all would get Frosties together. And so now every time you see Wendy's, you see little girl with the red hair and you with the freckles, you go past it. It does something. It rises something. It puts a pain in your chest, right? Because they don't understand the routine. They don't understand the routine you had. Corey, we talk about he got Crohn's and he gets his infusions um and ever since he was in the seventh grade, right? Seventh, eighth grade, he would get these infusions. Seventh or eighth grade, one or two. And so I would take it the majority of the time. We're talking about for the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I'm taking him, and we got a routine. Because every time we go, it's on St. Vincent, we Chick-fil-A. Oh, that's law. Once we leave the infusion, we go to Chick-fil-A. Right? But that's our thing. That's what we do, right? That's a routine. Corey's driving now, right? I don't necessarily need me to take him, right? He's more than capable driving himself. Y'all, that's a loss of a routine. That's 8 years. That's something we did every single month for the last 8 years, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 90, 96 months. For 96 months, right? For 8 years, we've done something. And remember, it's loss, change, and transition. It's not just a death. It's any loss, change, and transition. This is a transition, right? This is transit. This was time we spent together. This is routines we establish. And when it goes, y'all, it's the secondary losses that we experience when you go through this type of stuff. So other people may not acknowledge it, but they are deeply felt. Maybe it's the silence where daily phone calls used to be. We had a individual, somebody that passed at our church, and the mom said, "I'm gonna miss his phone calls." The mom said he would call me every single morning, or no, she would call him every single morning at a certain time. It might have been like 6:30 or 7 or something, but without fail, every single morning, that phone would ring at that time, right? Routine, the loss. Daily phone calls used to be. Maybe it's the silence where the daily phone calls used to be because you're used to that phone ringing and now it's no longer ringing at that time. Maybe it's the silence where daily phone calls used to be. The empty seat at a family gathering, the shift in identity or purpose, the plans you had that now feel pointless. Each one is a grief of its own, layered, quiet, and often misunderstood. Y'all, these are second. Yeah, I lost the loved one, but I also lost the routine. I also lost financial support. I also lost the fulfillment of the dream. I also lost this. Are we gonna have a funeral for that? We had a funeral for this. I had an opportunity to process the loss of him or her, but or am I gonna have a funeral for this financial? Am I have a funeral for the loss of this friend? Am I have a funeral for this? Or can I at least create a space to because that's what funerals are. Funerals are an opportunity for you to celebrate and mourn, right? For you to celebrate their life and to mourn, right? It's for grief and gratitude. Funerals is an opportunity for you to have gratitude, right? For the life, the love, and the legacy. But it's also an opportunity for you to grieve the loss, the change, and transition. And if you have it for the person, you need to have something for these different things as well, right? Maybe it's not a full-blown funeral, but you understand the importance of acknowledging the loss of a friend, the friendship, the loss of faded dreams, the loss of the financial backing, the loss of the covering, the loss of the routine. Acknowledge the loss of it. And while you acknowledge it, you can have grief and gratitude for it. That God, I'm grateful that you allowed me to have it, but now I'm also grieving and I need your help. The problem is a lot of the secondary losses, we don't even acknowledge them, right? We don't acknowledge them. We just go on instead of really, truly acknowledging. And I don't care how small somebody may think it is. It doesn't matter. You acknowledge. This is what you acknowledge, right? You acknowledge the fact that, man, they took out the trash. You ain't never had to take out no trash, right? I ain't never had to pump no gas. He would always pump the gas. I ain't never had to do this, right? I ain't never have to cook no meal, right? I didn't mind buying to take out food. I didn't mind. We gonna go out to eat 2-3 days a week, but she'd always cook, or he would always cook. Now that they're gone, I lost my Caroline and my cook. I lost my Corey and I lost my cook. You acknowledge that. Y'all, that's not a small thing. You're gonna eat. You got to eat every single day. Acknowledge that. The routine of you sitting there sipping wine while they in the kitchen and they cooking and y'all having conversation and the music playing. The loss of that routine, acknowledge that. Grief and gratitude, right? It's important. You got to do it. Check this out, y'all. You got to do it. I'm often misunderstood. Let me go back to that last line. Each one is a grief of its own, layered, quiet, and often misunderstood. You're not wrong for mourning what others may overlook. You are not wrong for mourning what others may overlook. You are not wrong for mourning what others may overlook. Yes, they are overlooking it. You're not wrong for mourning it. Just because they misunderstand, this is why. Get out of my face, because you don't understand, right? They don't understand. You're not wrong for mourning what other people overlook. God sees the full picture, not just what you lost, but everything else that's been affected. And guess what? He cares. He cares about it all. Healing means naming those losses, honoring them, and bringing them to God. This is how you heal. You name the losses, right? You honor them, you bring them to God. This is a routine for something for you to do. You could just write secondary losses and everything else that you lost, the routines, the whatever, you name that. That's how you heal. You name the losses, right? Honor them and bring them to God. The one who promises to restore what's been broken and redeem what's been lost. Here's your point of application, my brothers and sisters. Take time today to name your secondary losses. Write them out, say them in a prayer, talk with someone safe. Y'all hear that? Someone that's safe. Ask God to meet you in each one. God, meet me in each one of these secondary losses, because I'm not just mourning the person. I'm mourning all of these other things as well. And God, I need you to meet me in every single one of them. I need, just like I had a funeral for this one, I'm going to create space to have gratitude and grief for this one and 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 this one. And I need you to meet me in every secondary loss, right? Trust that his comfort reaches beyond the obvious into the unseen spaces of your sorrow. Today, my brothers and sisters, is day 112, where the prayers dwell. Secondary losses. Holla at your boy. I hope this lesson was a blessing to each and every one of you. Was this lesson a blessing? Hey, Natasha Davis, good morning. And yes, so many secondary losses. I missed the laughter, the hugs, the grill master, calm to my storm, etc., etc. Yes, yes, and yes. Mark was definitely grill master. I remember I'm the one who got him to start grilling at the back to school events. And the grill master, all of those things that oftentimes people don't consider, right? And it's not that I didn't want to come to your barbecue. It's just that it's a reminder of my grill master's gone, right? And so it's all of those losses, right? The laughter, my comedian. I know he was a comedian. You had your own stand-up com- comedy show every single day. The hugs, the calm to my storm, all of that stuff. Secondary losses. I always hashtag grieving but grateful. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, grief and gratitude. I'm telling you, they go hand in hand. It's not either or, it's both and. That sounds like a whatchamacallit. Grief and gratitude, they go hand in hand. It's not either or, it's both and. Well, God's gonna drop it on the spot, ain't it? Grief and gratitude. They go hand in hand. It's not either or, it's both and. Now I'm gonna go write a devotion based off of that. Never had to take out the trash, wash my car, fix stuff. See, we here today. We here today. We here today. And so then that stuff happens, and it's like, dang, what that feel like? What's the difference between 89 and 92 and 90? What's the gas? How does the pump work? What is this? Take out the trash. Well, all of that stuff. Secondary losses. Secondary losses. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, Tamika, hugs and love. I know that's right. So this is something I really want y'all to think about. I really want y'all to contemplate. I really want y'all to take the time to do. And I really hope y'all take the time to do the practical application. That's why we put it there. I really, really hope y'all take the time to do the practical application. I'm going to go back and show it one more time. The practical application. This is the work, y'all, right? Take time to name your secondary losses. Name your secondary, and check this out. Sometimes you got a body double. What does that mean? Sometimes maybe if you're better doing this with somebody else, say, hey, can we do this practice together? Hey, my internet pastor, my grief coach, my virtual grief coach told me that we need to do this exercise together. Let it be, man, make it a moment. Get you a charcuterie board or something and get you a little something to sip on and say, we about to do this together, girl. We gonna do this together, homeboy. Take the time to do it, right? Write out your secondary losses. Take time to name your secondary losses. Write them out. Say them in a prayer, right? Talk with someone safe. Ask God to meet you in each one and trust that his comfort reaches beyond the obvious into the unseen spaces of your sorrow. Y'all, this is how you heal, right? It's not just information. I'm going to give you information all day long. What you want is transformation, but transformation only comes through application. This is the work, right? When you do the application, it's going to lead to transformation. Let's go. Hey, Pam Watts, definitely a blessing. I am grateful for the removal of a bad relationship, but it is the secondary loss. Yes. And so now you even getting deeper into it, and people don't understand that even if it's a bad relationship, guess what? Number one, you could even mourn that, right? Because it's loss, change, and transition. But there's some secondary losses attached to it. Some people be like, girl, what you tripping for, girl? Blah, 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 blah. Give me space. It ain't that I'm tripping. It's that there's some secondary losses that was attached to that. And because it's been ripped away from me, you may not understand it, right? You just think, well, it was a bad relationship. You should be grateful. And I am grateful, but I'm also grieving. It's not either or, right? It's both and. Grief and gratitude, they go hand in hand. You see how I flipped it that time? They go hand in hand. And don't let nobody else tell you anything other than that. They go hand in hand. That I can have gratitude that I'm out of a bad relationship, but I can also grieve as well. They go hand in hand. Man, I love it. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. All right. Thank y'all for the comments. Thank y'all for the engagement. Thank y'all for the dialogue. I hope and pray y'all do. I'm going to put up here just in case y'all want to take a screenshot. The practical application, just in case y'all need a screenshot like Tiffany Cook always does, just in case y'all need to take a picture. I hope and pray y'all do that. That will be a wonderful assignment, a great assignment, something wonderful for you to be able to do. I want y'all to be able to do that and participate. Y'all got it? Screenshot. All right, I'm going to give y'all 10 more seconds. I'm going to take it down in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's coming off. Come on. All right, y'all. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I appreciate y'all. Hope and pray y'all have the most terrific Tuesday ever. Remember, secondary losses, grief and gratitude, they go hand in hand. It's not either or, baby. It's both and. Y'all have the most amazing day.